By the powers vested in me as Chancellor, I declare this congregation open for the awarding of degrees and diplomas of the University of South Wales. I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Julie Lydon, to address the congregation. Please sit.
Chancellor, graduates, honoured guests, congregation, it's my great delight to welcome you on this special day. Formally, it is our academic recognition of your considerable talent and a collective celebration of your individual endeavour. And whilst this is quite a formal ceremony, we do want you all to be able to feel that you can clap and cheer for your loved ones as they come across the stage. And a colleague of mine has introduced that we do a practice session. So I'm going to suggest that we have a practice round to see whether your cheering and whooping is up to form. So, colleagues, go. I know it's warm weather outside, but there's certainly no need to warm you up in this stage. So thank you very much. So today is also our opportunity to say thank you to everyone else who has supported you. As graduates of this university, you are the latest learners in a line that goes back to 1841 and has its roots much earlier. Our story at USW goes back to the early days of the Industrial Revolution, when some far-sighted leaders of business and their professions created small specialist institutions of higher learning to educate the brightest minds of their younger generation. They would be very proud now to see how their small colleges have grown into a major international university. A university that adds value to our society, to our economy, and most fundamentally, changes the lives of bright people like you. You are part of a vigorous academic community of all nations and beliefs. The graduates who have gone before you are already making their mark, whether they studied arts, business, humanities or sciences. Across the United Kingdom and many countries around the world, there are graduates of your USW leading businesses and becoming experts in their professions. They are engineers, sports professionals, artists, teachers, entrepreneurs, business leaders, police officers, nurses, and of course, chiropractics. They all have something in common that goes beyond their success in work. They know, as we do, that having a degree also has a deeper function. Graduates like you have developed the healthy scepticism and flexibility of thought that we hone through university education. You have challenges, but you also have unparalleled opportunities to make a difference. And more than that, every one of you has talent. Every one of you has intellect. And every one of you has commitment and the capacity for hard work. And you now have the qualification to prove it. So as I start this ceremony, I'd like you to remember three things. You deserve to be here today. Your hard work is a credit to you. And we are all very proud of you. Thank you and well done.
Congregation, it is my pleasure to present a worthy candidate for the award of an honorary fellowship of the University of South Wales. The university confers honorary degrees and fellowships on outstanding people who are true leaders in their field, inviting them to become part of our academic community with this significant honour. Born and raised in the Rhondda Valleys, our honourand attended Treorchy Comprehensive School, excelling in both the classroom and on the sports field, before progressing to King's College London, where she successfully gained a physiotherapy degree. She combined her role as a chartered physiotherapist with pursuing her sporting ambitions of becoming a professional footballer. Her record as a player is quite remarkable, winning 26 major trophies for Arsenal, including an impressive 10 league titles, in a playing career that spanned 13 years with the club. She captained Arsenal to their UEFA Champions League success in 2007 and remains the club's all-time leading goal scorer with over 200 goals. Not bad for a central midfielder. Jane has represented her country in 4 different sports, gaining 61 caps at football and also holding the national record for the triple jump. Following her retirement from playing, Jane began to pursue a career in coaching, working first within strength and conditioning before gaining her football coaching badges. She remains one of very few female coaches to be awarded the UEFA professional licence. After working as director of football with both Arsenal and Reading, Jane returned to Wales to take charge of the national team, leading them to their highest world ranking and narrowly missing out on qualification for the recent World Cup. She is responsible for the Women's Player Development Programme, managing the under-17s, 19s and senior team, and has designed and implemented the performance pathway now in place across the nation. As an institution, we are very proud to be partnering the Football Association of Wales, with our sport park being the training base for these squads and our students enjoying first-class placement opportunities. Not content with this, Jane continues to develop and drive forward a vision for Welsh women and girls football. In 2018, she was inducted into the Welsh Sports Hall of Fame and last month was awarded the prestigious MBE. Passionate about education, she continues to develop both herself and those around her. She currently works as an ambassador for USW Sport, playing an integral role in helping us achieve our strategic goal of encouraging more females to study sport-related degrees. Jane is a vital contributor to our ambitious Women in Sport project that aims to support and mentor students and develop the graduate skills required to work in female sport. Women and girls football in Wales is flourishing, with nearly 7,000 under-16s now playing on a regular basis. Over the years, we've been blessed with some hugely talented players: Ian Rush, Ryan Giggs, Gareth Bale. But these are very much changing times, with a current crop of female internationals, including Sophie Ingle and Jess Fishlock, now playing for some of the world's finest club teams. I'm sure players at both the grassroots and at the highest level of the sport feel very indebted to Jane for leading the way. Congregation, it is with great pleasure that I present to you for the award of an Honorary Fellowship of the University, a multi-sport international and record holder, a visionary and pioneer within women's football, an inspiring role model for all of our students and for sportswomen and men across our nation, Jane Ludlow.
Jane Ludlow, it is my very great pleasure to confer on you this Honorary Fellowship of the University of South Wales. Gyfadran.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much for the Honorary Fellowship. It means a huge amount to myself and obviously my family. I'm very much a Valleys girl. 13 years in London. London didn't change this accent at all, as you can still hear. I'm very excited about the future work hopefully we can do as a partnership between the FAW, myself and the university to keep growing the women's game, you know, the sport I love, sport I've always loved since being a nipper in the Rhondda Valleys. And I'm excited for the future, not only for our national team, but for the future of all young females in the valleys and across Wales, because of the things we can do as an entity in the future. So thank you for the opportunity to do those things. Brief one about my career. You know, I've chased dreams all my life. As a young girl growing up in the Rhondda, wanting to be a footballer was probably a tough thing for my parents. They probably went through a lot of ridicule at the time and different opinions from different people in a sense of what is that girl doing? She shouldn't be kicking a ball, etc., etc. You know, all those things that you would probably expect 20, 30 years ago. Thankfully, the world's changing. But I do have a huge amount of thanks, you know, to give to my parents who travelled across the world and across the country on many occasions for me, and my sister, who, even though we have very different personalities, has always been my huge support system. And it's still very much so with the young family that I have. They are great babysitters, so thank you. And, lastly, I think, as I've said, I was fortunate enough to chase dreams, and I fulfilled every one that I had as a young girl. I do wish you all the best in your future careers, and chase those dreams, but be prepared to work hard, and I'm sure you'll gain all the success that you deserve in the future. So well done, everybody.
Gadewch iddo fod yn hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yma'n bresennol y cynhelir cynulliad o Brifysgol De Cymru ar y campws hwn ar y 9 o Orffennaf 2019. Heddiw, anrydeddwn ysgolheigion sydd wedi profi drwy eu deallusrwydd a'i hymdrech ysgolheigaidd ei bod yn gymwys i gael ei derbyn ar gyfer graddau a chymwysterau'r Brifysgol. Drwy anrydeddu eu cyreiddiad, gadewch i'r rheini sydd yma'n bresennol cydnabod eu hymrwymiad a dathlu eu llwyddiant. Bydd soddwn ein gymdeithion a'n disgwyliadau ynddynt gan obeithio byddant yn rhoi eu talent a'i disg ger bron eu proffesiwn a'n cymunedau. Hyderwn y byddant yn cyfrannu at dyfodol ein cymdeithas gydag anrydedd a chlod.
Let it be known by members of the University and all here present that a congregation of the University of South Wales is held in this campus on the 9th day of July 2019. Today, we honour scholars who have demonstrated, through their intellect and scholarly effort, that they are qualified to be admitted to the degrees and qualifications of the university. In honouring their achievement, let all here present recognise their dedication and celebrate their success. We invest in them our hope and expectation that they will put their talents and learning at the service of their professions and communities. We trust that they will contribute to the future of our society with honour and distinction.
Chancellor, I present to the congregation the Faculty of Life Sciences and Education candidates that have been awarded the Master of Science in Sports Coaching Performance. Hanquin Gia. The Integrated Master of Chiropractic, Amy Louise Baker. Enrico Bernardi. Chloe Monique Filomena Canavala. Jotam Choik Fung Chong. Laura Devaney. Catherine Devison. Sarah Jane Donnelly. Fulton Brown. Bafini Ganatra. Rebecca Ariane Wynne-George. Tom David Gordon. Chanel Greatorex. Lawrence Harvey. Teja Christian Hilda. Lee Hoggetts. Lucy Honeychurch. Alice Horner. Elias Ioannou. Jonas Kaminski. Jack Kennedy. Taru Malinen. Thomas Robert Marshall. Roberta McGoldrick. Dakshana Muniandi. Mina Nurby. Holly Norton. Samantha Ann Ogilvie. Natasha Osgood. Christian Palmer. Gorgias Paparizos. Bhavik Shashi Patel. Naresh Paul. Konstantinos Philippou. Matthew Pittman. Jake Pope. Tom Poulison. Pertu Kale Mikael Ripinen. Jessica Room. Magnus Hesbraten Root. Christopher Schreck. Megan Victoria Shaw. Nathan Schutt. Arjun Singh Sira. Emily Smith Roberts. Hannah Marta Zonsthagen. Joshua Sparks. Marianne Stoltenberg. Monica Tsalai. Molly Tolino. Maria Etta Twicht. Martin Viss. Jack Worcester. Eunice Yo. The Bachelor of Arts in Sports Leadership and Development, Hamza Askar. Cody Bratt. Joseph Brahoni. Donald Davis. Emily May Fraser. Angharad Bronwyn Griffiths. Ryan Kemp. Jasmine King. Yunus Mohammed. Mohammed Faiz Mohammed Azman. Jessica Darcy Neck. The prize for outstanding performance, BSc Honours Sports Leadership and Development, Jessica Stacey. Bethan Tucker. Talani Voss. Hannah Wilding. The Bachelor of Science in Strength and Conditioning, Dylan Alsop. Paul Bevan. Hannah Bluck. Lewis James Boswell. Daniel Evans. Mitchell Evans. James Gill. Matthew Aaron Greendale. The prize for outstanding performance, BSc Honours Strength and Conditioning, Nicole Hagan. Joshua Hewins. Nicholas Hole. Brandon Matthew Jackson. Ethan Jones. Sophie Lewis. Ashley Simon Mills. Rory Nixon Ekersell. Aaron Christopher O'Keefe. Lucy Pearce. Corey J. Shepherd. Joshua Stratton. Daniel Walters. Adam Wilkinson. Christy Williams. The Bachelor of Science in Football Coaching and Performance, Joseph Acko. Marco Attifoni. Sharia Bakshi Ahmed. Bobby Mackenzie Black. Charles Bridge. Benjamin Brown. Morgan Davis. Callum Evans. Ellis Wynne Evans. Joseph Evans. Anthony Gosling. Jackson Huxley. Paul Land. Joshua John McConkey. Miguel Monica. Adam Patterson. Andrew Ty. Kiani Webb. The Bachelor of Science in Rugby Coaching and Performance. Jack Davis. James Eric Anthony Ashalier. Paul John Hicks. Anthony George John. Freya Jones. Max Moores. The prize for Outstanding Performance, BSc Honours Rugby Coaching Performance, Matthew Phillips. Reese Tyler. Connor Ryland Walters.
Fe wnawn ni nawr glywed datganiad cerddorol gan fyfyrwyr o Goleg Brenhinol Cerdd a Drama Cymru, a fydd yn graddio eleni gyda graddau baglar a meistr mewn cerddor iaith o Brifysgol De Cymru. We now hear a musical interlude by students from the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. Our National Conservatoire is part of the wider University of South Wales family. These talented performers graduated this year with Bachelor and Master of Music degrees of the University of South Wales, and we congratulate them most warmly. Llongyfarchiadau. Yn perfformio ar ein cyfer ni heddiw mai Tom Dolby Quartet. A byddant yn chwarae, they will be playing Down by the Riverside, Don't Get Around Much Anymore, Under the Sea. Rhaddegion, gwesteion, graduands, honoured guests, please give a warm welcome to Tom Dolby Quartet.
The Bachelor of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Zach Campbell. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we'll remember that one, Zach, won't we? Gyfadran. Harvey Elfambuna. Michael Groves. Daniel Harries. Samantha Hiscox. Brandon Jonathan Hughes Philpott. Marcus Evan Jones. Paula Kruger. Jonathan Edward Montgomery Melville. Brad Thomas Morris. Miftah Rahman. Taylor Reddick. Caris Amy Roberts. Christella Savida. And Christella had the BSc on Sport and Exercise Science Prize for outstanding performance. Luke Tucker. Amy Louise Williams. Thomas Williams. The Bachelor of Science in Football Coaching, Development and Administration, Harrison Amore. Jacob Ashley. Nick Backledge. George Carter. Ben Clark. Mark Corbett. Ryan Coupland. Samuel Court. Scott Davis. William Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want anybody to trip. Bear with us. Stephen Edwards. Thank you, Stephen. Jake Fairbrother. Daniel Ford. Bradley Fox. Ryan Griffiths. Matthew Gove. Jamie Ham. Brendan Hopkins. Ryan Hopkinson. Connor Hughes. Elliot Knight. Reuben Lloyd. John McGrattan. Ryan Joseph McHugh. James Miller. Bradley Moore. Casey Morgan. William Murdoch. Jack Pearson. The prize for outstanding performance, BSc Honours, Football Coaching, Development and Administration, Fraser Phillips. Michael Reynolds. Connor Richins. Sean Rowlinson. Jacob Taylor. Matthew Topham. Jack Turner. Philip Twin. Michael Veal. Ryan Wheeler. Mikhail Hailu Vubishet. Bachelor of Science in Sports Coaching, Danielle Allen. The BSc Honours Sports Coaching Prize for Outstanding Performance, Emily Jane Atwood. Dylan Curtis. Samuel Davis. Jamie Dinham. Kieran Michael David Edwards. Liam Fear. Daniel Craig Garland. Daniel Gregory. Jamal Griffiths. Georgia Hodges. Thomas Housley. Joshua John. Beth Kennedy. Aled Morg. Ryan Morgan. Alex Morris. Felton Newman. Emily Noon. Chris Shepherd. The Bachelor of Science in Sports Studies, Shelby Asinda. Rhys John Bevan. Kate Nicola Camfield. Victoria Clark. Samuel Ekstrom Gabb. Georgia Emily Evans. Luke Hankin. Ashley Nicola Hill. The BSc Honours Sports Studies Prize for Outstanding Performance, Alicia Elizabeth Hitchings. Beth Strawberry Griffiths. Chantal Lawford. Rhys Lloyd Baker. Luke Massey. Wayne Adam John Meredith. Emma Jane Olson. Kimberly Phillips. Liam Priest. Bethany Richardson. Oliver James Ryan. Liam Michael Schofield. Katie Watkins. The Foundation Degree in Science and Community Football Coaching and Development, Jason Alsop. Scott Bibbings. Jesse Byron. John Cavan. Harry John Collins. Isabel Hall. Richard Harris. Declan Horsfall. Alex James. The prize for Outstanding Performance, FD Community Football Coaching and Performance, Andrew George Kempson. Jonathan Lewis. Stephen Spencer. The Foundation Degree in Science in Football Coaching and Development, Paul Andrew Bullock. Benjamin Dudley. Louis Gwyn Melville Evans. Bethan Sutton. The Foundation Degree in Science and Sports Coaching and Development, Coleg Gwent Pontypool, Jordan Hicks. Liam Nash. Jack Price. Ewan Trigger. The Foundation Degree Sports Coaching and Development, Coleg Gwent Pontypool, Jordan Singh. The Bachelor of Science in Sports Coaching, Kyle Raubenheimer. The Bachelor of Science in Football Coaching, Development and Administration, Kazim Karim. The BSc Football Coaching, Development and Administration, Afi Ol Uva, Akinola, Akini Emi. The Bachelor of Science in Sports Coaching, Rob Davis. Chancellor, that concludes the awards from the Faculty of Life Sciences Education. And well done to you all. Congratulations. And you can go and celebrate now. Well done.
Colleagues, friends, guests, and as I can now call you for the first time, graduates. We've enjoyed together some moments of formal academic ceremony, but above all, today, this is for all of you in the audience, a moment of great pride. We on the platform have shared your pride and perhaps your tears as people you care about deeply have crossed this stage. They've made it, and they didn't do it alone. You, friends and families, you were the ones who consoled them when they were down, you supported them when they tried hard, you guided them, and you were simply there for them. And on this occasion, it's always appropriate to say the warmest possible, and it is warm enough this afternoon, warmest possible thanks to those of you who've given your support and made this possible. So I think all of your supporters deserve a round of applause too. And for us on stage, it is the highlight of the university year. This wonderful university has about 3,000 staff. These are the people who have taught and mentored, guided and supported, counselled, assisted, reminded, encouraged, fed and watered, literally and metaphorically, all these graduates. And seeing your success is why everybody on this platform does the work they do. And once again, it's an occasion to say thank you to those who have worked for you and with you to make this possible. Those in the university staff at every level who have made this possible. So, for those behind me. Getting to the mood, I see. But of course, graduates, this is mostly today a celebration for you. It's the moment when we, on behalf of this whole academic community, say to you that you are one of us. You share our values and our priorities, and you're going to take those values out into the world. Not just the qualifications you've earned, but the vision you've acquired. We know from personal experience that the education this university provides is enormously valued by your future employers. And our success in fitting students for the world of work is a source of justified pride to us all. But the role of any university, the role of this university, lies basically in something a bit more than that. It lies in educating citizens who will go on asking constructively critical questions in public life throughout their career. And that means helping other people, helping those you work with, those you live with, see what critical argument looks like, helping them see what real thinking is, helping them explore the big issues of our time in an atmosphere of respect and positive expectation. These are the timeless values of higher education. This is what a university is rooted in. And we hope that these are now your values as scholars and graduates of our university. Each one of you now is going to be an ambassador for the University of South Wales and for what we seek to achieve. You move not only from being our students to being our alumni, but to being our ambassadors, our spokesmen and spokeswomen in the wider world. And you continue to be part of this university with the shared commitment that we hope you have picked up here to transforming lives through knowledge and education. And we trust that your time in the University of South Wales will have broadened your horizons, opened up pathways to exciting opportunities in your career futures, and above all, filled you with a spirit of inquiry and an eagerness for lifelong learning. So, on behalf of the university, the very best of luck in your future endeavours. We are delighted with your success. You've richly earned it. Well done, good luck, and thank you for being part of this community. I now formally declare this degree congregation of the University of South Wales to be closed. We stand for the national anthem.
Thank you.